Okay, part four, modern relevance and the parallels to today. Let's discuss how themes such as genetic manipulation, control through entertainment, and the pursuit of happiness over truth resonate today. Offer up some current technologies or societal trends that echo Huxley's warnings. And it goes on criticisms and interpretations. Acknowledge criticisms of the book or alternative interpretations, like the oversimplification of human nature or the potential for a benign dystopia. I touched on this earlier on a different video about when I compared it to Atlas Shrugged with the outcomes being what they were. Is it because this one was written by a man and Atlas Shrugged was written by a woman? And that is, you look at society and you've got these French women parading topless to protest climate change. What does being topless have to do with the temperature being colder or warmer? It's absolutely ridiculous. Um, and then in 2016, when President Trump won his first election, you had all of these women just wailing and just going nuts. And then you've got these videos of women attacking people. This most recently, one that I saw was two women exiting a store after shoplifting and store security stopping them, and they went physical on them. And of course, you've got your spineless types. Oh no, don't hit them. Yeah, well, they shouldn't have hit first, and they shouldn't have stolen first. Anyway, back to the point of what I was trying to contrast it. Women are more violent. Historically, women leaders start more wars than male leaders. So when you look at Atlas Shrugged and its ending as being a war, a knockdown, drag out firefight at Reardon's Metal with Francisco on top of the building, and then you've got Mustafa Mond having a conference with Marx, Watson, and John, saying, "Yeah, your fate is going to be going X, Y, and Z." The most sinister was splitting the three of them up after they wanted to actually be kept together. That fraternity that they developed, he split them up for, you know, what reason did he split them up? I mean, ultimately, I think that he split them up because he knew that John, based off of the conversation, was not only dissatisfied, he'd been disgusted by what was considered civilization to the point that he kills himself at the end. I don't know what the outcome with Lenina was. I mean, did he murder her? And that was part of the reason for his penance. Uh, it kind of leaves it unsaid, but with Henry Foster just shrinking away, I think it's my opinion is that yes, Lenina died at John's hand for being a harlot and for being, floozy. What do you think about all these OnlyFans? Is this something that's going to be the consequence of all of these women being online prostitutes? That men, when it's revealed that the woman whom they've been that's lied about their history, when it's revealed, do you think that that's going to provoke similar outcomes? All right, conclusion. Uh, Feel free to write whatever you want into the comments. I look forward to knowing what your interpretation of this book has been. This is the first time I've read it. It was an option to read it in high school. I chose Caine Mutiny Court Martial, among other books to read. But this is one that was on my mind to read, and I'm certainly happy I've done it. It was about as I had expected, but it was a lot deeper than I anticipated. So let's see. So personal reflection, share a brief personal insight or what the book made you think about in terms of one's own life and or society. You, because of it being public, you don't have to spill your guts. I understand if people want to be more reserved. I respect that. But if you're looking for a place to express what it is that you've learned from this book, anything that you had forgotten from your first reading of it, whether it was in high school or at any other point in your life, or this was your first time reading it, be curious to know your opinion. Let's see. Call to action, encourage viewers to read, reread, discuss. This one, I want to really, this is my own personal anecdote. Recently, as in within the last 2 to 3 years, the library hosted a game night. And one of the things I found absolutely bewildering was the lack of reading any of the people that attended the game night did. I mean, sure, some would check out a book, uh, but they would always, there's very distinct differences between ages and sexes when it comes to reading. Men like factual, straight to the point information. Women like fiction. Nothing wrong with that. Huxley's book is fictional, obviously. Uh, after I read Atlas Shrugged, it was years before I could read a fiction book again. And that was only because the book motivated me to focus solely on reading actual accounts, actual, skills development. So that's my personal reflection on how certain books have affected me. Brave New World has inspired me to want to, read additional books. Maybe not so much by Huxley, but by others. In fact, I had just uploaded the first chapter of Armageddon 2419, which is the origination of the Buck Rogers saga. Uh, so But I'm including these cards for you to take notes off of if you're taking any classes or if you just are stuck somewhere that has limit, that you're isolated. I've included these cards so that you could write your own experiences from the book and have something to think about. And the comment sections are open for you to share those as much as you're willing. Thank you for listening to all 18 chapters. Good day.